defense, you know, he's been shut down this second half, basically. You mentioned at the break, Rich, only one shot. And everywhere he goes, there's 2 or 3 Rebels all around him.
Nice kick to Devine. He drives and is blocked. And then it's a charge. The block by Williams. Parnell drew the charge.
Harris is trying to get free, coming off 2 screens, but not much daylight. You see help there by Williams. You see Johnson. Warner was down, and then you see defense that time by Parnell, fighting that injury, Rich, but giving up his body and doing the things that you expect seniors to do.
Puertas, 15. David Puertas out of Puerto Rico. The transfer from Florida. And Ole Miss has their biggest lead in the ball game. Powell.
Nice hustle.
Parnell runs it down. Ole Miss in control. Warren, his jumper. Harris in transition. Devine hits the shot. Chris Devine, 14 for the junior out of Alaska, Eagle River, Alaska. 11-point game.
Devine and Harris actually in 06-07, the best combo in the history of UC Santa Barbara.
Originally transferred here. He arrived here at Ole Miss, 305 pounds. And over the last 2 or 3 years, he has slimmed down. A little over 260 now.
Very close to his coach, and Tracy Gildy, who was actually went from Auburn to Ole Miss and at UIC. Curtis ended up staying at Ole Miss and just really did an incredible job here.
There's Curtis again. He missed the layup, got the rebound, missed the putback. And it's Ole Miss's ball.
And Curtis a little upset with him, said, you know, it's interesting as we spoke with him before the game, Rich, he said, you know, I thought it was over. You know, I didn't know if we were going to be able to play another game, so this is like a Christmas present to a senior who thought the career was over here at Ole Miss and now has an opportunity to play postseason.
And an opportunity to get to New York, and that's not lost on a lot of the teams in this NIT, is the fact that the Final Four of this tournament is in Madison Square Garden under the bright lights of the big city. Curtis.
Shot clock, got to create here. That's where Warren comes into play.
Over to Jones. Santa Barbara needs points, and they need them quickly. Down 14. We're under 6 minutes left in this ball game.
Good thing for UC Santa Barbara is they have the ability to come back with the 3-pointer. One adjustment, though, that Coach Kennedy has made in this second half, he has really tightened up on those 3-point shots. He's making them go inside and pressure and making them turn it over.
Of course, last year it was West Virginia who won the MasterCard NIT. Clemson was the runner-up. They've kind of parlayed that into a nice season this year. Mississippi State and Air Force were the other 2 teams that got to New York last year. No bucket. Offensive foul. Curtis. 3rd personal.
Curtis, easiest way to get open is to set a screen. Has a nice seal, but that time went offensively, attacked too much, and as a result, got his 3rd personal foul.
They stay in the ball game. Santa Barbara trying to find some open threes. There's one. Powell. Boy, he has great distance. He is just a sophomore out of Pomona, California.
This game is nowhere near over. A few possessions, and you see Santa Barbara right back into it.
We came back to see him a 2nd time. And Andy Kennedy signed Chris Warren.
Well, we talked about the seniors and vets for Ole Miss, but look for this UC Santa Barbara team as well with a couple of seniors to dig deep in the fight. They didn't come all the way to Oxford, Mississippi to lose.
Here comes Warren. Oh, couldn't finish. Jones the follow. Williams.
too big, too strong. You can see how they led the SEC in offensive rebounding. You see Santa Barbara actually with the negative 3.2 rebounding edge.
Devine's miss. Tipped out. Joyner couldn't save it. Warren. Huertas.
Coach Williams is a guy who would consistently put points up on the board, and it makes it tough to defend an offense where you have an offensive mind point guard who loves to put up points.
Now, Ole Miss has been a streaky team. Remember, they started the season 13-0, best start in school history. Then stumbled in the middle of the SEC schedule, won 3 in a row to finish in the SEC. Huertas off a screen. Maybe, just maybe, they're starting another streak right now.
Well, you look at some of their wins, Clemson and Mississippi Valley State, and their wins in the SEC, and you know this is a team who was probably a possession or two away from actually dancing in the final 65 team.
James Powell. That's 30 feet. Powell's got 18.
He's one of those guys when you ask him when does your range starts, and his response is usually when I walk in the gym.
A foul. Ole Miss has been impressive, and they've done it without a Neil Polanese, who's out with a sore knee.
When you look at the resume, some of their wins, we mentioned Mississippi Valley State, Winthrop, Clemson, how they did in the conference schedule, Mississippi State, Vandy. Definitely a team who has the possibility and potential to go all the way in this tournament.
5-3 against the RPI top 50 was Ole Miss this year. Warren running clock. Santa Barbara trying to extract the ball, and then a late foul with 10 seconds left on the shot clock.
Look at frustration that time. It's always difficult as you saw Powell. You play defense for 25 seconds.
About his team. But all of a sudden, it's like they woke up and realized where they were, what they're playing for. Powell's missed, followed by Elliott. And a chance to keep their season going, a chance to get to New York. And they've come out and played very well in the second half. They've got a 15-point lead. Warren speeds it up the floor. Huertas trying to avoid the double team and the foul. Williams goes up. Santa Barbara needs points. They need them fast. We're under 2 minutes left. Harris is fouled. First round of the